title, The Girl Who Cooked Her Way into the World's Heart. In a quiet town tucked between green hills and golden fields lived Chloe, a 12-year-old girl with a wild imagination and an even wilder dream to become the greatest chef in the world. But there was one problem. Chloe's family could barely afford enough food to eat, let alone ingredients for fancy dishes. Her kitchen was an old wooden table, 2 broken pots, and a small fire pit behind their home. Yet, every morning, Chloe would sneak into her backyard, pick wild herbs, and imagine she was in a grand kitchen, surrounded by chefs in white hats, cameras flashing, and people clapping. In her mind, she wasn't just Chloe from Meadow Street. She was Chef Chloe, the wonder cook of the world. One sunny afternoon, her school announced a World Chef Day competition. The theme? Cooking for kindness. Each student was asked to prepare a meal that represented love, sharing, and creativity. The winner would get a scholarship to the city's culinary academy, a dream beyond Chloe's reach. Excitement filled the classroom, but Chloe's heart sank. She had no money for ingredients and no fancy oven to bake with. Still, she refused to give up. That night, she whispered to herself under the stars, "Greater than a true chef doesn't need riches, only heart." So, Chloe gathered what she could find, leftover rice, wild vegetables, a handful of herbs, and a tiny scoop of flour. She worked under the moonlight, mixing, tasting, and adjusting. Her hands trembled, but her spirit burned strong. When the big day came, the school hall smelled of creamy soups, roasted meats, and sugary pastries. Chloe quietly walked in with her simple wooden bowl of Harmony stew, a dish made with wild herbs, rice, and a story of love. When the judges asked her what made her dish special, she smiled softly and said, "Greater than every flavor in this bowl came from kindness. My mother taught me that food ain't tea about what is expensive, it is about what is shared." The room fell silent. Then one of the judges took a spoonful. Another followed. Soon all of them were smiling, not because it was the fanciest dish, but because it tasted like home. When the results were announced, Chloe stood frozen as her name echoed through the hall. The winner of this year's World Chef Day competition is Chloe Williams. Tears filled her eyes as everyone cheered. Her dish had reminded them that food connects hearts, that every chef, no matter how small or unseen, has the power to change the world through love and creativity. From that day, Chloe's story spread across towns and schools. She became a voice for young dreamers, proving that greatness doesn't start in grand kitchens. It starts with courage, heart, and hope. Moral of the story: true greatness isn't measured by how much you have, but by how much love you put into what you do. Every meal made with kindness can feed more than the body. It can feed the world with hope,